Okay, so here I am, 21 years old, with a newborn with multiple disabilities. So let's just run down a list of everything Hunter had. So we started off when she was born. They were saying we don't see an eye. So Hunter's left eye, she has a prosthetic eye, but it's the correct pronunciation for what it is. She's missing an expander, the part of your eye that pushes forward. So there's microphthalmia. The last part might be mispronounced, but I'm not a doctor, so roll with me. She had VSD. VSD is ventricular septal defect. I might be wrong with that too, as in the pronunciation, but it is what she has. So, and basically that's just a pretty name for a hole in the heart, except for she never had a murmur, so that eventually closed. So the next thing was GERD, but almost everybody has that, but she used the Ralph. I don't say throat. She used the Ralph. And what else? So the encephalocele right here. So the encephalocele looks like, I don't know what age group is watching this, but back in the day when you used to thump a cartoon on their head, you'll get like that lump that she had one of those in the back. So basically what was coming outside of her skull had a hole in it, and that portion that came out is her brain. So that's whatever part of the brain that it controls, those are the functions that don't work. So if it's speech, walking, blah, 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 whatever it was that came out, the damage was done. So basically they put a plastic cover over that part. So just think about sealing the hole of something. So she has a plastic cover over there, and then she had an enlarged cyst in the back of her head, and then they connected what's called a catheter to help drain. So that was everything in January, I think. Are we done? Okay. So fast forward, because she was born in January. Fast forward 2 months later, Hunter's forehead was so big. I'm like, what is wrong with this baby's head? So funny thing, I asked my sister, I'm like, does her forehead look big to you? She's like, no, your head is big. So so of course her head would be big. I'm like, no, I know my forehead is big, but this baby has a big head. So I take her to the neurologist, because we had a follow-up appointment since she had the encephalocele. And the neurologist is like, yeah, she has fluid on the brain. They did forewarn me that she might have extra CSF, cerebral spinal fluid. So basically that's what they call water on the brain. So she developed what's called hydrocephalus. And she had to have a BP shunt put in. So the shunt is on this side of her head. It has a magnet in the center, and then 2 diamonds on the outside of the magnet. I'm sorry, 2 rubies on the outside of the magnet. So basically that's what helps spin the magnet. As the magnet is spinning, it's draining fluid from her ventricles. We have 4. It's draining fluid from her ventricles, and the shunt is under her skin, and she urinates it out. The shunt part, the part that looks like the part that drains the fluid, it looks like, you know, the balloons that the clowns blow up, the really long ones before they make shape animals. It looks like that. But the shunt all together, it sort of looks like a watch. So anyway, I like alfalfa right now, excuse me. So anyway, the shunt you at times would need revisions. So if it gets blocked for whatever reason, or the baby would have symptoms of like fever or projectile vomiting, very lethargic, you know. So basically you have to be very careful in observing whether or not something's wrong with the baby. So that was all of the things that was I don't really want to say wrong, because you know that was her norm, but that was all the things that we've encountered when she was born. So for that reason, I wanted to say that all the pity party, out the door. No pity parties. We don't need them. I don't want them. I don't accept them. It's a no-go. There's no pity party for having things wrong just off of the strength that's hindering progress. And that's the last thing I want to do. It's been plenty of times where I would want to do something for Hunter. I won't do it. I'm going to sit on my hands, because in my mind, she can do it. Do I know her limitations? Yes and no. Because sometimes I may think she may not be able to do something, and she'll shock me and she'll do it. So I don't necessarily put a limitation on what she can do. For the obvious, I will. Like, I wouldn't expect me to say, Hunter, get up and go throw your plate away. I know she can't do it, things of that nature. But if it's something as far as like feeding herself, which took years to do, I'll get to other videos about that. It's no pity party, no room for pity party. That's stopped in the hospital, because in real life, I believe I gave myself a pity party. I'm like, oh my God, my baby's disabled. What should I do? Get over it. Get over it. Keep moving. Live life. Now figure it out. And that's what I did. Bye.